But so let's compare the hardware to the software for the female vocal. All right, here we go.
Já faz algum tempo que eu não te vejo.
CL1B plugin.
Daquele teu beijo.
HA.
Me perco nas memórias. Me lembro das histórias
Softube.
que sempre te contei.
Yeah,
Tô aqui pensando naquele jeito.
yeah, for some reason. Yeah, I think the character is very similar. Like as far as tonally, it's very similar. But I do believe that the plugin is just a little bit too aggressive to get to that point. So like as you can hear on the Heritage Audio, it can get to that level, get some nice compression, but it's not super grabby. The plugin is just super grabby.
Jeito que nós nos amamos, depois das vezes em que nós brigamos, a intensidade era 1000 vezes 100. Beijo de língua mordendo o pescoço, tu vinha por cima fazendo do jeito que só tu sabia. Tua boca, teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém.
I think we can get there with the Heritage Audio, but of course, I like the Heritage Audio joint the way it is. So let's go ahead and try to match up what it sounds like on the Heritage Audio, see what it takes to get there. So as we can see, let me go ahead and get rid of that. As we can see, the CL1B is calibrated much differently where it engages in the compression much sooner. So what is negative 30 something dB of the threshold here is much more aggressive than the hardware. Similar settings, but for some reason it just grabs a little bit harder. So let's check out that like how much it's reducing. Like 20 dB or more. It's crazy. And I did fail to mention that I level matched the actual volume of the clips so that it's all like kind of calibrated the same as far as volume wise into the compressors. Both are the same. Everything's the same. Okay. Why it's so aggressive, I have no idea.
Teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém. Já faz algum tempo que eu não te vejo. Me bateu saudade daquele teu beijo.
I think it's bringing out her top end of the vocal very nicely. So you can get there with this plugin. Let's go ahead and match it up as far as what it sounds like with these settings. Let's see how it sounds.
Me perco nas memórias, me lembro das histórias que sempre te contei. Tô aqui pensando naquele jeito que nós nos amamos, depois das vezes em que nós brigamos, a intensidade era 1000 vezes 100. Beijo de língua mordendo o pescoço, tu vinha por cima fazendo do jeito que só tu sabia. Tua boca, teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém. Tô aqui pensando.
Very similar. I think the Tube Tech plugin lets a lot more lows through. The hardware is a little bit brighter, just a tad. It's not like crazy. It's not super crazy.
Pensando naquele jeito que nós nos amamos, depois das vezes em que nós brigamos, a intensidade era 1000 vezes 100.
What are you guys
Beijo de
thinking?
língua mordendo o pescoço, tu vinha por cima fazendo do jeito que só tu sabia. Tua boca, teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém.
Yeah, it's a little bit brighter as far. I don't know. It kind of they let low end through in different ways for each of them. We can do this. Let's get an analyzer. And we can actually see what is oh wait, not an analog delay. An analyzer or a meter spectrum. That's what I'm trying to find. And just toss it on both of these. So let me go ahead and pick that one. And let's see, we can visually see what the differences are here. All right, let's check it out.
Nós nos amamos, depois das vezes em que nós brigamos, a intensidade era 1000 vezes 100. Beijo de língua mordendo o pescoço, tu vinha por cima fazendo do jeito que só tu sabia. Tua boca, teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém.
I thought that's interesting. One is the Heritage Audio is definitely much more. It's a little bit more sheen on the top end, just a little bit. And you can all on the Tube Tech plugin, you can see that extreme lows come through. I think that's what I was hearing. Instead of the lows being nice and round in the low mids and upper mids, it's more less controlled down here. I mean, you can get there with the software.
Nós nos amamos, depois das vezes em que nós brigamos, a intensidade era 1000 vezes 100. Beijo de língua mordendo o pescoço, tu vinha por cima fazendo do jeito que só tu sabia. Tua boca, teu cheiro não tem pra ninguém.
Softube.
Já faz algum tempo que eu não te vejo.
I just think the Heritage Audio just sounds a bit more amazing. It sounds a bit more amazing to me. I don't know. It just seems much more like the non-linearities in the hardware itself just makes it seem a little bit more alive, less processed, even though it's getting the same amount of compression according to the software. Let's see. What else can I? I think it could be a draw. It's a draw up. It's really not that far off, honestly. And that's what I was saying. It's not that far off. I really do believe it's close. So if you want to just stick with the plug-in and put it on like your your input chain, so you can do some low latency recording, low latency monitoring with the Softube joint, by all means. I kind of personally just like the hardware for what it's doing, as far as I don't have to do too much more. Like with the Softube, I feel like I would have to do much more to get it to sound the way I would like it to sound, while the hardware is not bad at all. And this is all line level. This is nothing. There's no preamps. This is all coming in and out of the interface, bypassing I'm sorry, this is actually direct. Excuse me, not line level. So with the Antelope audio joint, you could actually direct direct input, so you don't have to worry about the line, the preamps, kind of affecting the signal. It's very dry. Everything you're hearing is true to sound.
Me bateu saudade daquele teu beijo. Me perco nas memórias. Me lembro das histórias que sempre te contei. Tô aqui pensando naquele jeito que nós nos amamos.
And all I had to do is basically change the Tube Tech's the Tube Tech's threshold. That's it. Everything else is pretty much spot on. Change the threshold. The output volume is about, maybe I'd say on the hardware it'll be right here where my mouse is, but you can go with it however you like. I mean, it sounds good. They both sound great. I personally prefer the hardware. That's just me. Maybe it's because I spent money on it. This shit is expensive, but All right, so let's go ahead and dial it in for the male vocal. And this one's going to be a challenge because this is probably what it would be like in a live recording setting. So let's go ahead and dial the male vocal in. Oh, beautiful lady. We're going to start with the HA Tubesessor first. Even from a mirror, but that her do. Let's go to the loudest part, actually. Let's see how that goes. I said flower, just Actually, I think I might leave it. I might leave that the way it is, because we're gonna see how it sounds on this one also. So let's just go ahead and copy the settings. Just I love the fact that Studio One you can just Control C, hit that, Control V, and oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. It just took a minute. All right, let's go ahead and flip through the both of them. Here we go. I'm gonna go to the extreme part where he's like pretty much yelling. So let's go. Let's get it.
I said flower, flower, just growing free. Oh, your petals, they look good to me. You're just the way that you should be. Yeah, you're beautiful naturally.
Interesting.
Naturally.
They both have a really nice like character to it. So what I'm finding is it's definitely squeezing a lot harder on the TubeTech plugin. On the hardware, I don't know if you can see that meter very well, but it's only going to about 10. Just right at 10 dB of reduction. While the plugin is going up to 20 dB of reduction. Yeah, it's definitely hitting the maximum compression on that plugin. So what we just heard was the hardware. Let's check out what the software sounds like.
Yeah, you're beautiful naturally. Beautiful naturally.
So anyway, I'm still gonna go with the hardware. It just sounds more open. It's getting the compression it needs, but without sounding too squashed. Again, the settings are similar, other than the threshold and the output volume. I think you could go with either one. Let's go to the quieter parts. Let's see how that sounds.
Oh,
This is the Tubesessor.
Even from a mirror, but that her dukes are not the daisies and
TubeTech.
her shape and size. Don't need advice, no. She paints up that face to make sure those blemishes hide. Coffee and cigarettes, calorie news around the neck. Don't it up, disrespect, disrespect, disrespect. Popping pills.
Yeah, just the plug-in kind of rolls off the top end a little bit, and the hardware is definitely much more open sounding, but still getting that nice CL1B compression, which is why I think it's one of the most popular compressors, because the hardware retains the real, like the actual TubeTech CL1B hardware. It retains that top end in a way that is like it sounds great, while others would, add a little bit more distortion and a lot more. I have to do a lot less with the plugin. The threshold. So if I were to put the threshold on the hardware is below 30, while the plugin I can't even go past -20. So to get it to match up, that's what I had to do. If I put it below 30, you get all kinds of like nasty pumping, which would probably sound good in a parallel. Just throw that thing in parallel, but If you want to use it as the main comp just to kind of control everything, I wouldn't recommend going that deep. The calibration for this unit is much more, it's much different than the hardware.
This sick from flower to flower, growing free. Oh, your petals, they look good to me. And you're just the way that
Yeah.
you should be. Yet you're beautiful naturally. Beautiful naturally. Yeah.
Yeah, the it just sounds much more smooth, much more open on the HA, the hardware.
My body's right, the world is sick, world is sick, world is sick. Well, flower, growing free. Yeah. Oh, your petals, they look good to me. And you're just the way that you would.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too grabby. You might, and that might just be a matter of changing the threshold, changing the ratio, playing with the attack, playing with the release. They all kind of play a hand in the hand, and this, like they say, this specific TubeTech compressor plugin was not modeled on a Heritage Audio Tubesessor. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of give and take here. We got to consider the considerations. Does it sound like a TubeTech CL1B? Hell yeah. Does it react like one? Yeah. Is it less aggressive than the plugin? Yeah. But you can still get some good stuff out of it. And again, I personally like how the top end is on the hardware. Some people have been saying that's a little bit sibilant, but I'm not getting that vibe. I'm not getting that vibe.
You should be, yet you're beautiful naturally. Beautiful naturally.
All right, I might as well throw some drums in there. Screw it. Let me go get these. I'm not a fan of this plugin on drums at all. Like, it's already bad enough that I didn't really like how aggressive it was on vocals. I mean, you can get it to where you can get it there, but with these settings matching the hardware, it's just not gonna compare the way this is performing. I'm not saying the plugin sounds bad, but the Heritage Audio one definitely responds better. It's definitely getting that compression, and it's also like allowing those transients to come through. I might have to do a little bit more to kind of, level match, keep it from clipping or whatever, but it just sounds better on the hardware. It sounds more real. I mean, it's doing a great job, smashing it. I mean, I think it just sounds much more rich than the plugin, to be quite honest. It just rolls off that top end a little bit too much. Oh yeah, Alicia. Ooh, one day. I really dig this. Yeah, that top end is definitely going. It's like reducing that so much. I mean, some people might like that it rolls off the top end because they might have a CL1. I mean, not CL1B. They might have a Sony C800, which has a ton of sibilance. So, you know, to each his own. Every unit's different. All the components are always different. You know what I'm saying? So this is the plug-in, and now here's the hardware. I just got to make sure on the plug-in that my release is as fast as all get out. Seriously, though. I don't know. I think this was cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, the 76 works all the time, brother. I think this was cool. I'm going to go back and edit this video, you know, chop out all the other stuff. But I think that the hardware is the clear winner. Usually hardware wins, you know. Software sometimes can get the win, but in this instance, I kind of knew that the TubeTech was just a little bit too grabby. The TubeTech plugin was just a little bit too grabby for like all the sources that for each of the sources we put through it. So far we put like a upper mid male voice, we put a female singer, these drums, and although the plugin sounds good, it's just the software just, I mean, the hardware just sounds a lot better. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, it just sounds pretty good. I'm just gonna go HA and then TubeTech, or plug-in rather. I like it. I like it a lot. Ha 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 ha. Buttery. Let's smash it. Let's go ahead and smash that joint. It still takes a lot for this thing to go. Now it's sounding like the plug-in. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's dope. All right, I mean, why not try the saturation section now? Let's go ahead and try the saturation section. Let's hear what the saturation actually does to this bad boy. So right now we're on classic. Oh, I might have found it. So I'm assuming that the plugin is based off of like an old, used, worn-in TubeTech. Maybe the saturation portion will kind of round off the top end, because I don't know if you heard this now. It rounded off that top end on the signal. Right now it's on mild. Classic, mild, medium. Ooh. Hot. I really like the saturation knob. That just opened up new possibilities with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I dig that. Let me hear that again. Classic. Mild. Hot. That's dope. That's hard. Yes, sirski. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that a lot, my man. Let me go ahead. Today's stream is pretty much about the HA Tubesessor versus the plugin. Plugin sounds good. Very like way too grabby for my taking. The hardware is dope, obviously. To each their own. You want to stick with the plugin, do that. You want to get you some hardware, do that. However it goes, works out. But yeah, for some reason, but I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. There's gonna be sounds, and I'm glad y'all tuned in, and I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good evening.